Hey, Tamar. Uh, Obviously, we haven't seen you since the end of March. So first off, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. And I wanted to ask you about that. What's it been like to, navigate that as a college athlete, being a father, but also how has she inspired you?
Thank you. First off, and I mean, for me, it just puts me in a whole different state of mind. I'm talking about like, as soon as I saw her, it's kind of just like a flip switch because it's like now, everything that I'm doing, all the work that I'm putting in, it's not just for me anymore. I'm trying to provide for her and my family. So, it's just like getting up on those early mornings, late nights, just doing everything that I've been doing just with a lot more focus just because, I have a new purpose, I would say. So, I mean, it's been beautiful. And, in terms of, navigating it, I mean, it's been pretty easy because it's two different things. So there's basketball and being a dad. Now, and then there's lessons in both of them that help me with the other. But, it hasn't been too difficult, being a father and being a college athlete.
Alec.
Hey, Tamar. Hope you're doing well. A lot of the talk this summer so far has been surrounding the expectations and the jump you'll make heading into next season. What are some of the areas of your game that you've seen improve most over the last couple of months here?
I would say first off, just, I've improved a lot in terms of my body, like my overall strength, just the weight that I put on. I'm the goal was to get to 200 pounds, and I hit that this summer. And, other than that, just on the court, I would just say just making plays with the basketball, not turning it over, being that other guy to relieve some of the pressure off of X to, help him be able to play off of the ball and, come off a screen, me initiate some of the offense, and then just, making open shots, and then, passing the ball. But I would just say, like, because I've always, just kind of been able to create my own shot and get to my spots. But I feel like, where I really needed to improve was just my ball handling, decision making, and, being able to take on some of that lead guard role to, help with X and some of the other guys that we have.
Alex Bozich.
Hey, Tamar, thanks for the time. I'm curious, last season, obviously up and down for you in terms of how you shot the ball. What was the biggest thing kind of you took away from the experience you got last season? And what do you feel like you can use from kind of those ups and downs last season to propel you forward as you prepare for your second year?
I mean, I feel like the only thing that can really prepare you for college basketball is college basketball. And the same goes for, when you go to the NBA, the next level. So I feel like, just going through that storm and, I came out not just, obviously just a stronger basketball player, but just I came out just stronger mentally because I know, everything's not going to go my way personally this year or the team's way, like how we kind of scripted to. So just, just going through that and, figuring out, okay, this is where I'm gonna get my shots from. And, this is how things are going to go. And I went through the Big Ten and just really just getting a feel for everything that I was kind of anticipating last year coming in. So I feel like just having that experience, that year under my belt would just help with everything. Because other than that, I'm a basketball player. And like I said, shoot or shoot. I'm gonna shoot the ball and I'm gonna have confidence in it just because, me and my teammates, we work on it and, in due time and just we're continuing to trust each other, learn each other, and work on our games. It's gonna be ups and downs, but we'll make shots. We'll do what we need to do to win games.
Tyler.
Hey, Tamar, I hope you're doing well. Congrats on becoming a father. I wanted to ask about that. I understand that your daughter was born a few days after you guys lost in the NCAA tournament. I guess just what was that experience like? Were you able to be there when she was born? If not, what was, kind of the first interaction and time that you saw her?
So the day that we lost, I left the next day at 5 a.m. I got on a flight from Portland, flew into Utah, flew back home, and So what was that? That was the 18th. I think that was March 18th. So, I was already back home and she was born on the 20th. So yeah, I was able to be there. I was going to make sure I was there, no doubt. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. Just, being in the hospital and, because the last time that I've been there, because I mean, my sisters are 12 and 13, so I haven't really went through that process, in as much detail. So it was just great to, know, because obviously knowing I'm about to become a father, but just getting closer to that moment and, seeing her be born, it was great just to be there and support and have my family behind me.
Mike Schumann.
Yeah, Tamar, I'm just curious, being a high major athlete, being a student still, obviously, who are the people, and I'm especially interested kind of inside IU, coaches, players, who are the people that really are supporting you through this process, either, mentally or, actually doing things to help you to manage everything that you got going on?
I mean, everybody, pitches in any type of way they can. I really wouldn't say it's a specific person or group of people that are like, do more than others. But, as of right now, this summer, like she hasn't been up here with me. She's been back home with her mother and my parents, and they've been taking good care of her. But, other than that, everybody's in support. Everybody, uncles and all this kind of stuff. So, we all a family. So the fact that, we added her to the band, that's, I mean, it's been really easy. I mean, because it's not really, everybody's in support. Like, everybody wants to help. So when she does, when I do have the chance to get her up here in Bloomington, then I know everything will be all good.
Zach Osterman.
Tamar, I guess I'm just sort of curious about the backcourt dynamic a year ago. A lot of new faces, guys who'd never played a game for Indiana. We were asking you and X and Parker about, blending in and finding your chemistry and what the Bahamas were going to do and all that stuff. I know there's some new faces now, but also I think probably a little bit more sort of held over experience. Just how have you as a backcourt group, I guess, sort of navigated this offseason, whether it's mentoring young guys, working on your own games? What's different, I guess, for all of you a year on from where you were last year?
I would say what's different is now we are all like on the same page in terms of what Coach Wilson wants. Because last year, it was everybody's first year being under that staff. So, we were all learning. It was really like a constant like learning process the whole year. But I feel like now, since we just have down a lot of like the basic and fundamental concepts and just like things we want to do on both ends of the floor, and we brought back a lot of the guys who already learned that and got it instilled in them, then I feel like, it's been easy to bring along the 4 freshmen in terms of just like, teaching them, what we do and, how things go and, how we want to play defensively and offensively. So I feel like the biggest thing, like I said, was just we now all have a year under our belt together. Last year it was a lot of learning going on. So it wasn't as much uncertainty coming into this summer because nobody really knew what was going to happen in terms of, the team and how we were going to play when we all got here last summer.
Jim Coyle.
Tamar, congratulations on the birth of your daughter as well. First of all, what's her name?
Leilani Nicole Bates.
I have a daughter that was born a year ago, and she just finished her freshman year in college, so it goes fast. So enjoy every second of it. I promise you, it goes faster than you can ever imagine. Following with that, having a kid that looks up to you now, you have to set the right example. There are expectations that will come with that. You have to lead, and a lot of that you can take to the court. Are you able to find that you're able to do that you can combine both of those and learn from being a father and making yourself a better basketball player, teammate, leader, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's lessons in being a father and being a basketball player. Like there's lessons in both of them that translate to the other. So, I mean, I feel like just just like the basic things, and especially like just being a dad, like, you know, I'm learning as I go. And, you know, she's 4 months old, so it's only so much she can do. But, you know, as she continues to get older and, you know, I'm her dad and I'm just teaching her, you know, just like little simple stuff and like things that we want to live by, like as a family. I feel like, you know, a lot of the leadership qualities that a father takes on, like in the household, obviously translate to the basketball court. But I mean, it's just, I really wouldn't say like, I try not to like combine the two, because like it's just two totally different things. Like I got two totally different mindsets when I'm with my daughter and when I'm playing basketball. But I feel like the focus and, you know, just like the learning, the constant learning and growing, you know, those are things that you can combine, like just like the stuff that goes into it and, you know, stuff that you learn over the years, like that's how you can relate the two. But you know, it's been good for me because, you know, it was I would just say that her being born was the thing that I didn't know that I needed. She gave me a different kind of focus, different kind of drive, different kind of motivation. And, you know, it's just, and it came at the perfect time just after, you know, my freshman year. And, you know, a lot of things went, you know, however they, you know, how they did. And, you know, just, you know, having my baby girl born and not knowing how things were going to go as my girlfriend was pregnant and then her finally getting here, you know, it's like, you know, obviously like it's not nowhere near as scary or as bad as I thought it was going to be because now it's here and I'm going through it. But, you know, it's been good for me in terms of my basketball game and of course, you know, translating that to being a father.
Thank you.
Wait till they start biting you.
I would hope not. I mean, she already teething and she chewing on everything. So
You're
Oh, no,
next.
I'm talking about the intentional biting, like the put me down biting. Don't worry, it's coming.
Yes, it is.
Rabbi?
Hey, Tamar, how we doing, man?
yeah, how you doing?
Hey, so if your game makes a big jump this year, give me 2 or 3 things that will be key reasons for that. What are the most important things or most impactful things for you to make a big jump?
Most impactful things, I would say being able to guarding at a high level, making open shots, and, you know, just being a constant leader, talker, and motivator, you know, just for the team. You know, we obviously have our vets and, you know, the guys who have been here for a long time and, you know, who I'm following and just, you know, taking stuff from, you know, because nothing really beats experience. So I would say those 3 things. And I mean, I was just talking to one of our GAs and, you know, we was talking about just how Andrew Wiggins, how his career and just like his role has been like put under a brighter light now because he had a big role on a winning team. And, you know, he was just asking me, you know, how can you, you know, have a role like that to impact a winning team? Like, I feel like, you know, just doing, you know, what I do, like not like getting outside of myself. And like I said, you know, I can, you know, be really good offensively, be good defensively, but I feel like, you know, one of my biggest skills is just, you know, having, you know, energy and just always, you know, being ready to compete, you know, just my competitive spirit. But the 3 things that I started with, I would just say, you know, being better than I was last year defensively, making open shots, you know, creating shots, relieving some of the pressure off of X, and, you know, just being a constant talker and leader for the team.
Thanks, man.
I've only got time for a couple more questions and I need you to stay on because I got to get tomorrow to practice. We'll go Dustin and then Alex Bozich.
Tomorrow we obviously talked about a lot about development here. I guess what did you try to do as far as physical development was concerned? I guess what did you learn about last season about what a Big Ten season requires from your body? And, you know, did you try to gain weight, gain muscle? Like just what were you trying to do in terms of physical development this offseason?
I was trying to gain weight and obviously like keep my body fat down, which I did, and, you know, just gain like strength, you know. And obviously I would say the biggest part is just actually like taking care of your body, like, you know, just doing more things that, because it's a long season, long practices, you're traveling all the time. So I would say this summer, you know, of course, you know, we in the weight room, like we training, we conditioning, but I feel like I did a much better job of taking care of my body and sustaining it, and, you know, constantly stretching and doing yoga and, you know, just doing things that are like what we say, like call it like a credit to our body. But you know, obviously, like I know, like, you know, going through the Big Ten, you know, it's really physical, and, you know, you got to be able to throw your weight around a little bit, and so you can, you know, even compete. But that goes for all conferences, really. Like, you know, you can't just, like, you know, you can't just be like too light or anything, because, you know, your body's gonna break down over the season. So that goes back to, you know, me just being bigger on taking care of my body and maintaining strength and weight and my weight.
Just real quick, how much weight did you gain? What are you up to?
I'm up to 200. So I got here, when I first got here, I was 178. So that's 22 pounds. But last year I played at like 185, 183. So what's that?
Okay, last question, Alex Bozich.
Well, I'm curious, just like the day to day, like obviously the situation now, you're not with your daughter every day, but when you are there, what's the day to day like, and how? You mentioned earlier a comment, I think something about having a new purpose. Can you expand on that at all? Like what you mean exactly by that?
Well, I mean, I would say just my new purpose is to, you know, provide and put food on the table for her. And I would say the main thing is just to, or what I kind of, like the statement or kind of how I wrap my head around all that is just making sure, you know, her upbringing and how she's raised is 1,000 times better than, you know, how I was raised. And that, no knock at all to my parents, because they did a fantastic job, but, you know, I want to outdo them. I want to do better than them. And that's how it's supposed to be. So, you know, I would say just, I just want to make sure she doesn't have to, you know, worry about anything, you know, and just give her the world and everything that she could ever dream about. But at the same time, you know, instill things in her that were instilled in me, which is, you know, you got to work for everything that you get. And, you know, and I just can't wait till she like gets a little older, and, you know, just with her being around the game, I feel like she'll just eventually like just want to pick the ball up, because we're going to be in the gym all the time. So, you know, that I feel like that'd be special. But I feel like, you know, just me saying that I have a new purpose, you know, because before, you know, I was just, all my motivation and everything was, you know, obviously like from losing family members and just like, you know, me wanting to, you know, accomplish, you know, my dreams, but now my dreams become her dreams. So, and the rest of my families, and, you know, just knowing that it's not just myself that I'm trying to do this for. You know, I'm doing this for not only Leilani, but my girl, my family, my parents, and, you know, the fact that she's mine. Like, you know, I already had my family, but it's like this, she's my responsibility. So, you know, it's on me to make sure that, you know, she's taken care of.
All right, Tamar, thank you very much. Guys, if you can give me just a minute, I got a couple